take a moment sitting up tall. And just take a few deep breaths. Feeling the ground beneath you. Saying in your own mind or out loud if you can, I am safe. I am loved. I am powerful. Reach your arms up to the sky. You can open the eyes, roll the wrist. Big inhale, big exhale, tilt over to one side, big stretch. Keep your sit bones grounded. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale back up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. This time exhale, a little tilt towards the corner of the room. A little angle. Inhale back up. Again, exhale towards the angle. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to center. And this time we're going to walk the hands forward and let the spine soften down. Take a big breath here, all the way in, all the way out. And then gently rise back up. Walk your hands back. Fingertips stay forward. Lean back. Firm your fingertips into the ground. And then from here, we're going to lift the hip. Squeeze your glutes. Feel that stretch across the chest and shoulders. Big breath. And gently release. Good. From here, you're going to switch the crossing of your legs. So opposite ankle in front. Reach your arms to the sky. And then one more exhale. Curl your spine forward. Let your forehead relax down. Take a big breath. Energize the arms. And then roll your way back up. Walk the hands back. Fingertips forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Lift the hips. Lift the chest. Big breath here. And then gently release. Lowering down. Good. From here, we're going to open up the neck. Tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. And then gently roll over to the left. Keep those shoulders down. And then we're just going to loll the head side to side. A nice lazy roll. Make sure you're still breathing all the way in, all the way out. And then bring your head back to neutral. Roll your shoulders up and back. Good. If you did the afternoon class with me yesterday, that was a lot on the shoulders. My shoulders are a little sore. Bring your arms open wide. Palms forward. Energize those fingertips. Energize your arms. And then add that tilt right ear to right shoulder. And now the right hand's going to go on top of your head, not to yank down, but just to rest. So there's a little added weight. If that feels a little too crazy, you can just bring your hand on top of your thigh. The weight of your own head is still going to be enough to feel that big stretch from your jawline all the way to the fingertips. Take a few more deep breaths here. Keep that left elbow strong and straight. Soften your chin down until you feel the back of the neck connecting into your shoulder blade. There's going to be a point at which it's the most tight, so you might need to kind of calibrate and see where that spot is. And once you find it, that left shoulder blade is going to almost want to hike up. Keep it pressing down. Keep the left elbow straight. Take a few deep breaths here. You can use that Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat. Like you're fogging a mirror or trying to see your breath in the cold. And then we're going to get the front of the neck Lift the chin slightly until you feel that connection jawline all the way to your collarbone. And then you're gonna feel a muscle weaving into the shoulders, the biceps. Keep that left arm straight. Keep the shoulder blades down. Your arm might get a little tingly and numb like mine is, and that's okay for one more breath. And then gently release your arms. Add that soft roll side to side. Good, and notice how the left side of your neck feels versus the right side. You can bring your head to neutral. Take a moment to just experience that freedom on the side. If you have a mirror in front of you, actually, it's funny, if you stand up, your left arm is gonna kind of hang lower than your right arm because it's just really open right now. Fun little party trick, I guess. And then let's get the other side. Open the arms, energize that right arm, add that tilt left ear to left shoulder. And again, you can bring your hands on your thighs if this is plenty. If you want to add some weight, no pressure, just add the weight of your hand, no pulling. Shoulder blades down, soft smile, deep breaths. And then you want to add that soft tilting of your chin down. Feel the back of the neck connecting to your shoulder blade, even out to your lats outside the ribs. All these muscles interweaving, and when one section is tight, it pulls right on the other muscles. Think about those rubber bands I mentioned yesterday. We've got all these little anchor points because the muscles get stuck together. Let's open that space, breathe deeply into it. Gently begin to switch and lift your chin. Get into the front of the neck. Shoulder blades soft. Right arm energized. Feeling that connection, jawbone to collarbone, to shoulder to bicep to fingertips. Gently release the arms, release the neck. Soft roll side to side. And from here, take a couple of backwards windmills with the arms. Good. All right. And then from here, bring your feet together, knees apart. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. From here, you're going to grab your ankles, and we're going to inhale to lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Exhale, tuck and curl. Really lean your weight back so the ankles are really anchoring you down. Inhale, lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, tuck and curl so you feel the space between the shoulder blades open up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, even tuck the chin, the whole spine, tucking in. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, lift and lead with the chest, hinge and fold it forward. Good, feel free to bring your hands in front of you if the floor is accessible and that's comfortable. Or I guess uncomfortable, but in a not so painful way. Lift the chest, hold here. Really feeling the spine grow up and out of the tailbone. And feel the feet pushing together and then pushing down into the earth. So your hips are active, your glutes are active. Feel free to hold here if this is a good stretch for you. If you'd like, you can also begin to soften the spine and walk the hands forward. And then gently begin to walk the hands back. Good. And then from here, we're going to straighten the right leg out. And I'm sorry if I'm mirroring or opposite of you. I'm not sure how the video works. Flex the right foot. Energize that right leg. Maybe you can even get your heel to lift off the floor a little bit. And then you can let it relax. Reach your arms up. Keep the energy in the quads. And then exhale, we're gonna reach, reach, reach over to the right side. That left sit bone is gonna wanna lift up. Keep it anchored down. Good. Anchor and reach. Deep breath here. Shoulder blades soften. And then take that left hand, bend it behind your head. Press that left elbow back on your inhale. Swivel the chest up and feel a stretch across the pectorals. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, tuck and curl. Reach the left elbow towards your right toes, stretching behind the low back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze and reach. Inhale it up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hold here for 3. Deep breath, 2. And 1. Gently release. Take that left hand. You're going to plant it behind your hip. Fingertips facing away from the body. And then from here, lift the hips. Your left knee stays grounded. Your glutes rise. And you're opening the chest. Feel free to swirl that right wrist around. Reach, reach, reach. And then gently release. And we're going to switch sides. Bend the right leg in. Left leg comes out. Take a moment to energize that left leg. Maybe the heel can lift off the ground. Feel the quads fire. And then feel free to let the heel rest. Keep the quads energized. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, reach over to the left. Big stretch. Right sit bone stays grounded. A lot of the times our body wants to kind of cheat, right? And relax and not work so hard. That's when the mind comes in. It's kind of like the parent of the body. This is good for you, I swear. Bend that right elbow, right hand behind the head. On your inhale, press the elbow back, lift and swivel the chest to the sky. Exhale, reach that right elbow towards the left toes. Inhale to lift. Exhale to reach. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more, big stretch. And exhale, hold here. Keep that right sit bone grounded for 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Good. Now both legs come out. Give them a little shake. Energize the legs. And then squeeze the glutes. Reach your arms to the sky. Give the wrist, oops, you know what I forgot? Bring that right leg back in. Right hand behind the hip. And we're gonna squeeze and lift up. Open the heart. And gently release. Now I feel even. Bring that right leg out. Energize the legs, reach the arms to the sky. And then exhale, you're gonna hinge forward. Good, and so this is actually muscular work as much as it might be a stretch. Keep those quads energized. Here's where the heels might be lifting off the mat. Keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. Lift your pelvic floor like you're trying not to pee. Grow, grow, grow. And relax it down. Good, keep those legs energized. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel the glutes engage, smooth breath. And then gently release and come back up. All right, so we're gonna get into our cat-cow. So hands come to the floor, knees to the floor, walking the wrist slightly back so that you've got the shoulders stacked on top of the wrist. And then on your inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck and curl, push into the floor, tuck the spine. Inhale, open the heart, lift the tailbone. Exhale, push into the floor. Feel those shoulder blades spread. Inhale, big breath. And exhale, tuck and curl. Inhale to lift. This time on the exhale, we're gonna swirl the spine over to the right. And exhale, curl it into cat. reach the left. Inhale, down to cow. And keep that swirl, exhaling to cat. Inhaling cow. Exhale. Inhale, switch directions, curl all the way up. Inhale, reach the ribs to every side and every corner of the room. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold your cat pose. Keep that scoop in the spine, belly button reaching up. And then squeeze like an accordion, right shoulder towards the right hip. And switch left shoulder and left hip trying to kiss. And switch. And switch. Bring your spine to neutral. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. Give that wrist another roll. Open and close the hands. On your exhale, sweep the right arm under the left arm. Reach, reach, reach until the right side of your head touches the floor. If the floor feels too far away, you can bring a pillow, a block, a book, something so that you're not just kind of like hanging out here. You want your head to touch down onto something. From here, you want to make sure your hips are on top of the knee. That left hip's going to want to poke out. Pull your right hip to the right. You can, from here, keep your left hand in front of the face if that feels good. You can also clasp the hands, straighten the left elbow for a deeper twist, or left hand can go up and back, and you can find a bind around the right leg if that's accessible. So again, find your pose. Take a few deep breaths here. You should feel a stretch behind the right shoulder, into the ribs, into those intercostal muscles. Deep breaths. Feel your heart extend towards the hands, your right hip reaching to the right. Gently release, left hand down, right hand down. And then walk your hands forward so you're in a mini plank. Feel free to take a full plank if you'd like to ramp it up a bit. And from here, take 4 push-ups, elbows stay in by your side. Walk the hands back. Once you're here, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Give the wrist a roll. Open and close the hands. On your exhale, take that left arm under the right arm. Reach, reach, reach until the left side of your head touches down. Again, option with that right hand. Keep it in front of the face. You can clasp the hands or you can go for that bind and grab by your left thigh. Up to you. Pull the left hip towards the left. Reach your sternum towards your hands. Smooth breath. And gently release. Right hand down, left hand down. Good. From here, option to take it into your child's pose, or you can take 4 more push-ups. Elbows in by your side. Shoulders never going past the elbows. Keep it at 90 degrees or higher. And then everyone knees wide, toes together. Soften your hips into child's pose. Forehead resting on the ground. Feeling those side ribs expand and close. Feeling the body soften, hips relax. Walk your hands over to the right side. Left fingers are going to interlace over the left fingers, or right fingers. So left on top of right, interlace those fingers, anchor into those hands. Your other anchor is the left hip as it leans to the left. Expand through the left ribs. Each inhale naturally creating a deeper stretch. Walk your hands through center over to the left side. Now right fingers are going to interlace over the left fingers. Hands are the anchor on one side of the rubber band. Right hip is that other ankle that's pulling over. Good. Making sure if you get any pain signals from the body, you can always back it up. Make sure you're sitting in that space of discomfort and not pain. Only you can tell that. I can't tell that, especially not from here. And then walk your hands back forward to center. From here, hands grip into the floor. On the inhale, shoulders rise over the wrist. Exhale, shift it back down. Inhale. And exhale. If you're feeling, close your eyes. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going. When you close the eyes, it invites you to really let go of ego. No one's watching. There's no need to perform. You're doing this simply to be, to connect to that inner space, to celebrate life and movement. And you're bringing the breath and movement together, synchronizing it in this beautiful, beautiful, harmonious dance. Really getting a sense of that oneness, that yoking that yoga does, that yoga aims to do. On your next exhale, move into downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Stretch the tops of the toes, the backs of the toes. Wiggle those hips. Lifting the tailbone, anchoring those heels down. Take the feet a little wider than usual towards the edge of the mat. And then walk your hands back. Soften the knees, grab the elbows. Give yourself a little sway here. Decompressing the spine, allow the head to hang heavy. Maybe even give the head a little shake. Yes, no, swirl. And release the hands. Walk the hands back, forward, downward facing dog. Feet come back in, hips distance apart. Think about inner hips, not outer hips. So where the femur bone plugs into the hip socket is a little closer in than you would think about the outer hips. So you should be able to fit about a fist in between your two big toes. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee. Open the hip. If this feels great, hold there. If you want something more, you can go into your flip the dog. Plant the right foot behind you. Squeeze your glutes. Reach the right arm up and back. And then everyone reach the right leg back up, square the hips. On your exhale, move into your pigeon pose. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle behind the left wrist. Good. So I have a very open hip, so if your leg doesn't look like a 90-degree angle, that's completely normal. You can always bend your knee in as long as you're feeling a stretch in the right hip. And you also could use a block. You can use blankets, pillows under the right hip to help create a little more stability in your pigeon pose. No pain in that right knee. Lift the chest. Exhale, lead with the chest and hinge it forward. Good. You can stay on your elbows, but ideally you want your forehead to touch down on something solid, whether it's the floor, your hands. You can even stack your hands in two fists and bring your forehead on top of that. Something to ground you, to connect that third eye space into the ground so that your body feels safe. So that you can again close your eyes without fear and reconnect to that inner space that's always been there, that always will be. rhythmic, smooth, and full breaths all the way in, all the way out. Again, if this is too much, there's always thread the needle on your back, right ankle on your left thigh. So feel free to do that. Instead of pigeon on the left, everyone move into your downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. And this time, left leg reaches up to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Feel free to hold here. Push your hands into the mat. If you want to flip the dog, start to lean your weight into the right hand. Reach, reach, reach until the left foot plants behind you. Squeeze the glutes. Aim your sternum towards the sky. And release your left hand down, left leg up. You can move into your pigeon pose or that thread the needle position. You can also bring the pillows and blocks and blankets onto the left hip. Make sure left foot is flexed. Lift the chest. And then exhale to hinge and fold it forward. Again, forehead, if it could rest on something, that is super ideal. And whenever we're folded in on ourselves physically, it really is an amazing embodiment of our desire to fold inward, to connect to our deepest truths, our most authentic self. And in a very strange way, this pandemic that we're experiencing is a deeper invitation to dive inward. When do we have this time, right? To just pop in for a live yoga session at 8 in the morning, at 1 p.m., to go on walks with your partner, to spend the whole day with your kids. I mean, it's just a very different time and a different kind of opportunity. Maybe you have time to journal. Maybe you have time to just be bored and reflect. Can we reformat our minds so that we start to experience gratitude, start to experience more wholeness instead of feeling like something's missing? Take another deep breath here. And then slowly move your way onto your back. And once you're on your back, you can squeeze your knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. Straighten your left leg, right leg goes over to the left for a twist. Take a few deep breaths here. Relax your right shoulder down. Relax your core, your belly might want to squeeze. Just give it a rest. Invite yourself to simply be. Roll your way back to center to switch. Left knee in, right leg long. Pull that left knee over to the right. Gaze to the left. Move into your happy baby. Grab the outer edges of the feet, ankles or knees, wherever you can reach. Wide squat, take a big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out the mouth. And then release the legs. Legs are about as wide as the mat. Shoulders relax, palms to the ceiling. Take another big inhale. Big exhale out the mouth. Relax the jaw. Your lips are gently pressed together. Your tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. Invite ease. Invite peace. And just that full, blissful presence. Gently begin to deepen the breath, wiggling the fingers and toes. Starting to lift the corners of the lips. Reach your arms back, give yourself a big stretch. And pull the knees in. Roll to the right side, right arm acting as a pillow. Take another deep breath here. And then use your left hand to rise up, coming up to a seated position. And sitting up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, release the chin down. Closing the eyes or finding a soft gaze. And if you do know this chant, feel free to join in. Otherwise, you can just listen and receive. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our actions contribute to that happiness. That's exactly what you're doing right here, right now. Staying in, making those hard choices for the betterment of this world. Taking care of your own peace and your own body so that you can really begin to shed a little more truth and light from an authentic place. Namaste.